This YouTube is going to be a very in-depth guide on what the Indian method actually is and how you can make money from it. Before you trust me to give you all this sauce, let me explain to you who I actually am. So my name is Cash Out Alex. I dropped out of college about 2 or 3 years ago. I ended up starting a successful e-commerce business based off the information I'm about to give you. I bought my dream car, an AMG GT63S. I have my dream circle of friends. I moved out of my parents' house not once, but now to my new apartment in Miami. I've been doing this for about 3 years now. Just by using Discord and Amazon, I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars from this business model. I recently hit $50,000 a month and I'm on pace to hit my first $100,000 a month. And all I use to do this is a little bit of Discord, Amazon as my platform to sell on, and the Indian method, which actually in my case, this is Filipinos, I guess. But the Indian method and doing what I'm doing are exactly the same. Essentially what the Indian method is and what I'm showing you, if you don't know what the Indian method is, essentially it's using overseas workers for cheap labor, whether that be administrative purposes, sending out emails, running ads, whatever it is. It's significantly cheaper than any other worker that you could possibly find. So it makes it very easy for a small business to be able to scale like a big business. Finding skilled Indians can sometimes be hard, and online jobs makes it super easy for Filipinos. So the Philippines is my go-to. You do have to pay for this website, but you can literally just pay for 1 month and cancel it and after you found the work that you want to find. So whatever job you have, you can literally just type it in right here. Just with a simple search, you can find legitimately anything. Product sourcing specialist, graphic designer, OA purchaser, online wholesale, Amazon online arbitrage purchaser, Amazon wholesale. The list is endless, but let me show you my method and exactly how it works and why I'm so successful with it. So first, I highly recommend knowing the skill that you're about to teach them, because if you don't know it yourself, it's going to be very hard for you to guide them on the path to getting better. And I would highly advise that you treat this like a relationship and actually want to grow with the VA as they'll want to grow with you. But first, I learned to source. I was buying products from retailers like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Vitamin Shop, a bunch of others, and reselling it for more money on Amazon. The reason I chose Amazon is because there's no ads, no SEO, no shipping, no anything. You don't have to set up a website, nothing. You don't have to talk to customers. It's so much better than any other platform, and it's the biggest e-commerce platform in the world. Once I figured out that I could train these virtual assistants to do the job for me, that's when my business really took off and I started making a bunch of money literally while I was doing nothing. It got incredibly passive. But don't just take my word for it. Here's a bunch of other people that prove that this system works and it's replicable. It's not just for me or just for one other person. It's for a bunch. This is Jaden. Jaden went from $0 to $2,800 a week with the same exact thing. Josh, same exact thing, but $0 to $21,000, crazy. These are all students of mine. Here's a 16-year-old that bought his dream car, $4,400 weeks, crazy stuff. But how does it work? So essentially, you have this VA. The VA is a virtual assistant that's sourcing these products for you. Like I said, it's important that you know the skill beforehand, but again, it's really easy to learn, and I have videos on my YouTube channel about it as well. The VA buys the product from the website, then gets the product sent to Amazon, either through you packing and prepping it or a third-party warehouse packing and prepping it. If you want to do this business fully remote, you can literally just go to prepcenters.com and find a prep center in a tax-free state or wherever you'd like that you can have the VA send products to and have the prep center send to Amazon. That method is super straightforward. Doesn't even really need explaining. Now, what's needed to start? You obviously need an Amazon seller account. That's $40 a month. You either need the virtual assistant doing the sourcing for you, or you can personally source yourself. If you have the VA do it, it's likely going to cost $400 to $800 a month. Or you can join my Amazon seller community for just $99 a month and get literally 5 to 6 VAs for free. Getting a credit card and cash flow, that's free $99. Keepa and SellerAmp, which are 2 softwares that I use and the VAs use in order to see how much something is selling per month. Those are gonna cost you about $20 a month each. And then obviously retail suppliers, Walmart and Target, those are free. And then the only other cost that you're gonna have is the actual products itself. Now, why does this even work in the first place? Amazon already has traffic. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, Amazon's the biggest e-commerce platform in the world. There's a reason for that. Amazon has made over 600,000 millionaires from selling on their platform. Most of the time, people are too lazy to buy something from a retail store or a non-trusted website, so they go straight to Walmart. And retail stores are constantly doing discounts because everyone's just flocking to Amazon, and who blames them? When you're a seller on Amazon, Amazon handles everything. They handle the delivery, the returns, the customer support, like the whole nine. Once you've learned the skill, the VA can do all of the labor and then you can just scale your time. And the great part is Amazon already has all the infrastructure needed that you need to scale. No ads, no Shopify site, no branding, no warehousing, no SEO or content, none of that. So what do you actually even show or tell the virtual assistant in order for them to find profitable products? Here's what SellerAmp looks like. I mentioned SellerAmp earlier in the video. It's one of the best beginner softwares that you could possibly use. It tells you how much something is selling per month. It tells you how much money you're going to make, the dollar amount. All you have to do is input the cost price and the sale price. Sometimes the virtual assistant will already have the software SellerAmp, but just in case they don't, give it to them. From there, you can tell them that these are your requirements. You want at least 100 sales per month, which like I said earlier, can be checked right here as soon as they put the ASIN in, which is this. I also want to make sure that Amazon is not on the listing more than 60% of the time. You can check this using Keepa. This is why Keepa is also very useful. Here's the Keepa.com website. All you have to do is input the ASIN up here, go to data, click on buy box statistics, and you're able to see the amount of percent that something is selling. I want to make sure that when I sort by the highest percent winning, I want to make sure that Amazon is not winning, number one. And number two, I want to make sure that they're not over 60% on the listing. The reason for that being is because Amazon will actually allow you to sell a listing that they're also on. But there are certain cases where Amazon doesn't let anyone sell the listing and they take 100% of the sales for a certain product. So it's important to have Keepa as a safety net so you can double check that. I also wanted to have a 1% BSR rating. If you don't know what a BSR rating, it means the best seller rank. If we go back to the seller ramp screenshot that I was showing you, there's a BSR right here and you can clearly see that it says 1%. This means that this product right here is in the top 1% of toys and games on Amazon, which means that it will always have this amount of sales as long as it is still 1%. I also tell the virtual assistant that I wanted to have at least a 30% ROI. This means if I spend $10 on a product, I need to make at least $13 back. I also want the product to have a $5 profit minimum. Now, I have this for a reason because sometimes with Amazon, there are returns, damaged items, and if your profit number is under $5, it's really easy to go negative quickly. Let's say you're paying a prep center to prep your units for $1 each. If you're at a 34% ROI, but only $3 profit, $1 of prep is going to cost you about 30% of your current ROI, which means that will turn a 30% ROI product into a 20% ROI product. So it's important that this number is also above $5 in my opinion. A lead found from a virtual assistant always looks different. Sometimes they use spreadsheets, but I like to have mine in Discord. I'm literally leaking a lead that one of my virtual assistants found me. So he showed right here where to buy it, which is from this website, Passive for Kids, which you've probably never heard of because I haven't heard of it. He sends the Amazon link along with the ASIN so that I can also look at the statistics for myself. He sends the screenshot of SellerAmp so that I know if it's profitable or not. Right here, you can see this product sells for $28 from Passive for Kids. And you can also see that on Amazon, it sells for $47. And you can see there's 500 sales a month or more. This right here is sometimes inaccurate, but for the most part, if Amazon says it sells 500 a month, best believe that that's 100% true. Now, what's the method to scale with this? How can you hit $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month? It's simple. You just keep looping this same system over and over and over again. You hire a second VA or a third VA or a fourth VA. You have them manage other things like administrative tasks, communicating with the prep center. And essentially, you can get finding more suppliers that you can buy from, eventually leveraging wholesale and start buying products in large bulk. Like this website, you might only be able to buy 10 or 50, but with wholesale, you can sometimes buy. And if it makes sense and it sells that much on Amazon, then that's how you really scale. You keep reinvesting your profits and then you just rinse and repeat and compound all the money until you hit whatever your goal is. Sometimes you have to run through multiple VAs until you find one that's really, really good. But in case you want to skip all that or jump right into wholesale or get taught by me, I have a completely autonomous Discord that will help you do all of the things that I've mentioned in this video. The Discord is called Flip the System, where the leads like I just showed you, I have multiple VAs in there for you so that you can kind of cut down on your costs. Because like I said earlier in the video, sometimes it costs $400, even up to $1,000 a month, and that can get pretty pricey. I have the #1 Amazon and Walmart seller Discord, and we continue to scale to numbers like this, and have tons of successful students like Coop, who just started out. As you can see, he had no sales, boom, started getting sales. Jaden, who hit $10,000 in sales in his first few months, Mikey, and tons of other guys just like this. If that's something you're interested in, it's going to be the first or the second link in the bio. If you enjoy videos like this, definitely make sure you leave a like or subscribe. And if you're really eager and want to learn more about Amazon FBA selling, you can click this video right here, which breaks down exactly how I source my products.